his insights when he was always working around the house or taking me to the White Sox baseball games. He loved baseball. But when he used to fix his car, he used to always have me come and watch and help him change the brake pads. And I remember one touching story he did one day. When I was done helping him, I asked for $2 to go race my cars with my friends. Mm-hmm. And he got up, took his hands out and cleaned his hands up a little bit, and he gave me the money. And he said, "Son, you did a wonderful job of helping me today." He said, "But I don't ever want to see or hear you asking someone for money that you didn't earn." So he was teaching me to be self-reliant, to not look for anybody to do anything for me. My grandfather grew up on a farm where hard work was valued, being self-reliant, and he never wanted anybody to help us when we moved to Chicago. So I didn't really know what he was saying to him or teaching me at the time because I was so young. But those values started pouring out of me as I got older, and I started understanding the values of what he was teaching me.
So much of those values come out in those small conversations. Right. It isn't necessarily sitting down at the table and saying, okay, now we're going to talk about responsibility. Now we're going to talk about, education. Right. It's those conversations that you have that throughout your life is what you think that this is why being a mentor is important, especially for young men. Why is it so important for men?
Because I think young men have to see other young men doing the right thing, acting professionally, being responsible, respecting women. Most young men have to actually see that. And that's how so powerful my grandfather was. I saw him doing that. And the conversations were like an add-on to what he was doing. He walked the walk. He didn't say something to me and then did something just the opposite. And so for me, I try to do the same thing with young men. Rather than just preach to them all the time, I try to be an example.
Do you think that the reason why so many young men who maybe, fall by the wayside, maybe end up in the juvenile correction system, is because they don't have that positive male role model in their lives, and that, perhaps the father isn't present, and that's a big part of it? They just don't have it around them.
They just don't have it around them, and that's the reason why we started our nonprofit. We were volunteers at first, and I had no inclinations to start a business. When we were volunteering for about a year and a half, this is what the young men were asking me. They said, "Mr. Roddy, can you spend more time with me?" They didn't have the fathers in their lives. And so I didn't know what to do. I just said, well, I'm working full time. I really can't spend that much time. So after about a year and a half of volunteering, I just up and quit my job to do this full time because they were asking me to spend more time with them. And that's what I did.
So for the people out there who would like to do this, would like to be involved in mentoring young males, how can they do this, for instance, if they can't afford to quit their job? What would be a good way to, extend, or have a relationship and feel like you're making a positive influence on a young person?
The first thing I would do, and that's a good question, I would consider volunteering. There's so many nonprofit organizations that exist right now that need good volunteers, especially men. There's a lot of young men in the correctional system that need they need a positive outlook on life. And the best way you can help a young person's life is to spend time with them. I would just say volunteer.
How do people make that connection? How do they make the connection? They go online. I don't know, your program, it's Osiris?
Osiris organization. They can go online. You can look at, there's a Boys and Girls Club. There's Big Brothers and Big Sisters. I mean, they're always looking for good people. But there's a lot of national organizations here locally that people can, reach out to.
All right. So. Some great stories that you tell, and obviously it's had a good impact on you, and you're having an effect on the younger generation. Thank you so much, Bill Roddy. The book is called Manhood From the Hood, a memoir, and if you'd like more information or you'd like to learn more about volunteering and helping some young men, log on to Bill's website. It's manhoodfromthehood.com. Keith and Jason.
Well, we got some